CBS 12's Danny Travis joins us live from Panama City Beach in the Florida Panhandle with how preparations and evacuations went today. Danny?
Yeah, Liz and Jim, well, we've moved to Panama City Beach to put a little distance between us and Helene.
Well, Matt, I can tell you that it's been a very somber mood this morning. As you can imagine, we've seen quite a few people making their morning walks, staying out here. Some people even brought chairs and umbrellas and kind of, got situated and watched on in silence. At one point, it really was like you could hear a pin drop. Other than the crane moving in the background there, that was the only noise you were hearing. And of course, I want to show you what they're looking at on this side of the street, because again, they are keeping us across the road here, blocked off. That's the crane. They have two of them out here.
Yeah, Alexis and Liz, well, the Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg, Sarasota areas have barely had time to dry out yet after major Category 4 Hurricane Helene passed by about 100 miles off the coast just 12 days ago. And as we're hearing from Vetus, now Hurricane Milton is looking like it's going to come ashore right here. So now people are preparing for the worst. Coral research runs from the beginning of August through the end of October. Researchers say that's when the ocean's waters here are at their hottest temperatures and the best time to gather data. Now, to kick off the season, the dive team with the Palm Beach Zoo invited me out on the first research dive. So we took a boat out to a dive site just 3 miles off the coast of Palm Beach here. And yes, I geared up and went in the water with them to see their research firsthand.
Yeah. That I would have noticed.
That's great.
A short stride today in hopes to lead to a long-term solution tomorrow. Researchers with the Palm Beach Zoo revisiting this dive site for the first time in 10 months.
We're documenting all the different species of corals that we're finding in the county. We're also looking at thermal stress and bleaching effects and how widespread that is and on what species it is. And we're also looking for coral diseases. What diseases and what corals are they affecting and to what extent?
Well, as you can imagine, this is a busy area of traffic. It's been a real mess throughout the day, and that's where our Katie Benty is joining us.
And Katie, what's the scene looking like right now on the ground?
Yeah, Luli, well, right now I am backed up to Military Trail, which you can see is still closed off, shut down as crews continue to investigate this tragic plane crash. Now, as we know, 3 lives were lost on board and 1 person was injured, actually a driver. Fire Rescue tells us that the plane did not hit any cars directly, but one driver driving to avoid the flames and falling debris lost control and slammed into a tree. And actually, if you take a closer look over there, you can see the charred car right by the train tracks. Aviation student Justin Torres was walking to class when he spotted it.
I see this plane and it's really low. It's 200 feet. Normal traffic pattern altitude for Boca is 1,000. So obviously I could tell something was kind of wrong, but I didn't think much of it.
Video taken from another plane on the runway shows the aircraft struggling in the sky. And just after 10 a.m. Friday, drivers on I-95 looked up and saw this. Thick smoke rising from a blazing crash near the Glades Road exit. Justin quickly connected the dots.
My mind immediately thought of that plane because it was not that long after I saw it.
Fire Rescue says a small plane went down shortly after taking off from Boca Raton Airport, killing the 3 souls on board and leaving a trail of destruction on the ground.
I was kind of just shocked in the moment. I don't remember if it was the noise and the shaking. I'm pretty sure it was the noise and the shaking of the building first, and then I saw the smoke.
And I was meant to keep going straight because my mom's works over there. I was picking her up. And then I saw something, so I took a sharp left because I didn't know what it was. It was big. I saw something big, and I saw a big fireball.
Officials say another driver going down North Military Trail swerved to avoid that fireball and falling debris, lost control, and slammed into a tree just feet from the train tracks. He was sent to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Now again, North Military Trail is still closed down between Northwest 19th Street and Butts Road. And right above there, Glades Road was closed down for several hours earlier today, but just recently reopened. Reporting live in Boca Raton, I'm Katie Benty, CBS 12 News.
With the ringing of the bell, another day begins at the Soup Kitchen in Boynton Beach. But for Chef Pete Mashonis, work started hours earlier.
Typical day is fun. I start at 3:30 in the morning. I turn on the lights, the ovens, and I start my soups and my proteins, and I have everything in orders for the next volunteers that come in at 7 o'clock.
Volunteers are the heart of the kitchen's efforts to feed the hungry in Palm Beach County. Chef Pete himself started as a volunteer before officially taking over in the kitchen 3 years ago.
I want to help the community, and I always wanted to do this.
The man is not only great in what he does, but he's got a great heart. He's passionate about what he does, and we really couldn't run a kitchen without him.
CEO Marlene Mejia says the struggle these days is rising need and a drop in donations. But that's just another reason they are grateful to have Pete and his positive attitude on the team.
He cooks a meal out of thin air because it's whatever comes in the truck, that's what goes into the menu.
It's great because we just kind of make things up as we go on a daily basis with whatever comes in the back door. And he's very creative, and we have a good time, and I come in here because of Pete.
And Pete comes in here because of the line of people outside.
The people that I see, they're in need. Sorry. That's what drives me. And seeing the smiles on people's faces, it's thrilling. When we hand the meals and the extra stuff and the good mornings, and it's to bring the smile on their face.
This is part of his DNA. He really wants to do this, and we are so proud and so happy that he's with us.
Yeah, once we get into the cockpit, we're going to have you sit down. We're going to start strapping you up. Okay. You're going to see a whole bunch of black and yellow just like the other day. Yeah. Okay? Acknowledge that it's there. Don't be afraid of it, but we encourage you, please do not touch any of that stuff.
So I just went through my mini briefing. We went over things like how to breathe, how to really clench up my body to make sure that the blood that's in my head doesn't rush all the way down to my toes and I pass out, and also all the things not to touch. Now, when I get in this F-18 Hornet that can go well over Mach 1, breaking the speed of sound, it's going to go super fast. They're going to go through a lot of the tricks, but I get a warning before anything happens. And now it's time to go. Here we go.
$80 knots, 120 knots, going flying. All right, here we go. Ready, hit it. Nice work. All right, we made it.
Asking a traveler how they plan their trip, you get a lot of the same answers.
We just book it straight with the airlines, hotels, and rental cars direct.
I just go online and do it that way. And I've used travel agents for certain kinds of trips.
It's a process that can take hours or even weeks just to get it right, especially if you don't have the spare cash to hire a travel agent to do it for you.
Before 22, 23, it literally could take, with a trip to Europe, it could take 2 to 3 days with the people going back and forth.
Popular travel websites like TripAdvisor are rolling out new AI planning tools to not only check flights and hotels, but to completely generate full itineraries. You click Build a Trip with AI, then choose your destination. Here it shows Rome, Italy is a popular destination, so we'll go ahead and choose that. From there, you'll pick the dates of travel, followed by who you plan to travel with, Then you'll pick all of your selections like restaurants and activities. And within seconds, AI generates a full itinerary with detailed activities and restaurants to choose from for each day based off your preferences. And other websites like Expedia, Hopper, and Google Flights all use AI technology to generate results, whether you know it or not.
But you don't necessarily have to go to a travel website. With the right prompts, tech expert Craig Agronoff tells CBS 12 News, tools like ChatGPT can do it too.
AI can simplify the most complex travel planning. It'll find hidden deals that we otherwise wouldn't have known, and it'll even suggest unique experiences based on your personal interest. Sometimes I've been asked, will AI replace travel agents? And the answer is, yeah, most probably yes.
I used ChatGPT to kind of set the parameters for how that would look, and it was pretty helpful. What took me like 2 hours last year, I did it with AI this year, and it got it done in like 5 minutes.
But don't delete the travel agent's number just yet. Amy Virgo is the president of Travel Green Florida in West Palm Beach. She's been in the business for decades and recognizes the industry is evolving. So she is too.
That is the way people are booking, and where they're going is AI. So it would only be the right thing to do to take the travel industry into AI as well.
To use it to plan travel, you know, I think there's always a better way to build a better mousetrap, that's for sure.